First of all, greetings to all of you. And here we're going to start speaking section. So the discussion about speaking. Uh, Most of the time, students don't know like what would be realized so far in IELTS speaking section and how to go to speaking section. What should be the method to get good score in speaking portion, right? So here we are going to discuss some of the important points. Then I would have some questions for all of you. You're supposed to answer me, and that very way formal, right? Okay. Now, overall, speaking is the test where your ability and capability is going to be observed an exam, right? Like how you are conveying your idea, this is your exam, right? Like when you speak, how you are starting your answers, how you're closing your answers, how you're connecting the ideas. Sometimes students start all the answers with word well. Sometimes students start all the answers with word well. When we ask them the questions, describe like last Sunday, the speaking IELTS British Council was having the question, describe a movie that you watched and it was boring. Sorry, it made you disappointed. It was a really exam question. Describe a movie that you recently watched and it was disappointing. Now, for that kind of question, if you directly start well, right? Now, another question, if might be asked from you, from examiner side, tell me something about your daily routine. What time you go to bed? What time you read the books or study? Now you're saying again, well, if you start all the answers with well, this is gonna be having very negative impression on examiner and I'll speaking exam. You are like it for one question or for two, you can say well, but for all the questions from what is your full name till the last question of discussion, if you directly start the answers from well, let me think, well, I think, well, it is good question, well, it is nice, well, right? So this is not gonna be fair. This is not gonna be having a good impression, right? Now, uh, yes. Next is your intonation. Like that is very important. And your speaking, it should be there. If you don't have intonation in your speaking, it means you are lacking something very important. And that important thing is what is meant by intonation. When you speak, your voice must have some rising up actions and some lowering down actions. What does it mean? You should rise your tone when you share your emotions. For example, whenever you share your emotion, for example, believe me, this was really a fantastic situation for me. This was really an interesting situation for me. This was really an astonishing situation for me. This was really surprising situation for me. Now, for such kind of expressions where you share the emotions, you should use intonation. What does it mean? The style in which you should express your feelings, the emotions, beautifully like native speakers, like natural speaker, right? This is called intonation. This is also like your in simple words. Let me make it very simple to you. When you talk, your speaking words. When you talk, your speaking words must agree with your facial gestures, your facial expressions, right? Okay. Um, just give me a minute. Sorry for the inconvenience. I was gonna share two students are just joining. Just give me 30 seconds. 1 minute. All right. Sorry. Thank you for waiting and sorry for the inconvenience. Yeah. Okay. We're starting here again. When you do a conversation, when you do speaking, your style must follow the native style. Yeah. Your speaking actions must follow the native style. What does it mean? It means that this is also communication, the formal way of communication. When you speak, your words must agree with your facial gestures. How? Like, let's suppose you are answering for this question. Let me show you any question. You are answering for this very question. Describe your favorite way to communicate with someone. Now, let's suppose you're describing your favorite way of communication, but your facial gestures are very boring. Let's suppose the facial expressions are very boring. How? Like you are sharing that my favorite way of communication is to talk with someone with a cold mind whenever I am relaxed and satisfied. And that moment, if I talk, yes, okay, okay, okay. I'm switching it. Yeah. Now, sorry for the inconvenience. Now, let's suppose now you are answering for this very question for favorite moment. Um, the favorite way of my communication is to talk with someone with a relaxed mind, satisfied mind, right? And I really would enjoy the situation if I would be relaxed, right? No, the way you're talking is not relaxed. The way you're talking is not favorite. You're sharing like with favorite word your body tone, your facial expressions, your mouth, your eyes, these all things should also say favorite, not only your tongue, rather your whole body. Like you're saying favorite, and your facial is expression is very serious, like you are scaring, or you are feeling hesitation, or lacking confident, or any other problem is there. Try to follow the native way of speaking, especially in English language, second learning language. Try to follow that. Okay, okay, no problem, no problem. Yeah, I muted it. Now, it's okay. Now, at here, whenever you speak, now how to learn this? Yeah, sorry, 1 minute. Yeah, how to learn this intonation part? This is very easy. This is very easy. Try to learn some phrases, starting phrases, closing phrases for each different kind of question, and how to connect sentences. Like if any question is related to your life, dislike, 24-hour timetable. If any question is related to your 24-hour timetable, you can start from thank you for giving me an immense opportunity. You can start from sorry, this is a really an interesting question for me. Honestly speaking, honestly sharing, these kind of phrases you can start. Um, Frankly speaking, like these phrases when you start your answer, instead of going for so then try to avoid 100% the common words, like the only word so, yeah, then so then so some students just they only hold this word within their speaking. They like hack to this word that they are going to use only this very word, right, in their speaking. They will start the answer from this word. So the most important the way of communication, which is my favorite, so that is when I feel relaxed, so I like to communicate with people. So this is now, okay, what is you are going to take from this using of so for like and to access. This is having a very negative impression, right? Not a good impression. Like if a person is using 1,000 times or 100 times or 10 times or even more than 2 times in any answer for a minute, if you are going to answer for a minute, for 1 minute, if you are going to give answer for 1 minute for any question, and you are using 10 times this so like also doing with your mouth, so then like what do you want to show? This is not a formal way, this is not a adhere your consistencies. Yeah, if you say that the native also use, so he's also not doing good, because this is not a way of communication. Your communication must be fluent. Then where is the fluency? What is fluency? Fluency doesn't mean like if you say my fluency is going to be observed in speaking exam. Fluency is going to be observed in speaking exam. Now, fluency doesn't mean that to speak this much fast. My favorite way of communication is to talk within a relaxed mode. Whenever I get satisfied, I do appreciate it. This is not fluency. Fluency is to speak within slow speed, but in calm mood. Yeah. Whenever you speak within a slow speed, but in the calm mode with consistency, that is called fluency. Yeah. Within no breakers, like breakers means using pauses. So, then, but. All these things, when you do use, these are gonna break your fluency. So try to avoid 100%. So try to avoid 100%. Then try to avoid 100% the breakers like this. Try to avoid 100% and try to avoid 100% but try to avoid 100% are these common connectors through which you connect your sentences, to which whenever you answer, actually these words, so, and then and but and these words are gonna forget your ideas from you, and now you would be again thinking about, and you would say finish. It is finish. My answer is completed. Why? Because this word is having no concern with your fluency. This word is the breaker of your fluency. So try to stick with therefore. So means the reason. So means when you tell about a reason, for reason you can use some other words. Henceforth, instead of so you can say henceforth, instead of so you can say therefore, right? Therefore, instead of so you can say the other words like because of all this, right? Because of all this other words, you can say in addition, you can say additionally, you can say logically, you can say moreover, you can say firstly, secondly, thirdly. Many other connectors are there which you can do use, right? Which you can use. I want sorry, yeah, which you can use, and you can have a very good impression on examiner, right? So the very important thing, yeah, if you use one time, two time, three time, fine. But if in the whole question, sometimes I realize the students answers like maximum in all speaking questions and a paper, you'd be having maximum questions 22, minimum questions 16. Now within this range, most of the time some students answer for 20 or 18 questions. The answer they start from single word, well, this is a good question, well, I'm thinking, well, I think so, well, I like, well, I go, well, I walk, well, I study, well, I read. All the question, well, right? Now the you are making it well with the word well, but this making it well with the word well is gonna make it worse, right? These are not the more formal responses, right? Therefore, if the question is whenever somebody asks you the question regarding your 24-hour timetable, your schedule, your like, dislike, your preference, your daily routine life, your morning to evening, evening to morning activity, that is those are going to be the questions in part first of IELTS speaking exam. IELTS speaking is having three sections: first section, second section, third section. Now in the first section, those questions which you are going to face, let me mute the person. Those questions which you are going to face would be totally regarding your timetable, 24-hour schedule, activities, habits, likes, dislikes, preference, whatever you are doing from morning to evening, since evening till morning, your schedule would be asked from you. Now, whenever somebody asks you questions regarding your schedule, your personal life, your, your about your personality, your answer must be started with some of the common phrases. Like when you share about your personality, you should start like this: to be honest. Yeah, to be honest, I would say honestly sharing, honestly sharing. You can say honestly saying, then start your answer. You can say frankly speaking. You can say this is really an interesting question for me. You can say this is very nice question for me, right? You can say I was expecting this question, right? Such of the nice and good impression and interesting phrases for your questions would make your answers more professional. Yeah, whenever you would be having this kind of starting for your answers, for those answers which are going to be related to your personality, likes, dislikes, like in part first, examiner is totally and 100% interested in the personality, in the and your personality, in yourself. Now when if you would start also with the more formal and professional style, honestly speaking, frankly saying, right? Frankly means with a friendly and more little bit a kind of closeness when you show to someone. Frankly speaking, yeah, this is going to be having a very nice impression. Well, one of my recent student got 7.5 in speaking exam. Yeah, now because of only pauses and so using so, He couldn't get 8 band, otherwise his level was equal to get 8.5 even. But he got 7.5, and the only reason that he was having, frankly speaking, this word also using for likes, dislike, and he was also using the very beautiful tone, right? Very beautiful, this speaking style, the intonation, right? When you speak, when you use this word, like, when you use this word, love, when you use the other words like fantastic, when you use, let me clear the screen, let me show any other part, 1 minute, any clear screen. Yeah, when you share some of the interesting words like interesting. Yeah. First of all, whenever the R is following vowel sound in British accent, R is silent. You're not supposed to pronounce it. You can say interesting, right? Now, in British accent, that is silent. One thing. Another thing, interesting, fantastic, fantastic are some other words like amazing are when you use the word like low, are when you use the word like, are when you use the word prefer, are when you use the words some other words like that. For using such kind of words, you should stress on your speaking words. Stress means to show your emotions. That is intonation. That is gonna make your speaking style more equal to the native speakers. Like for instance, if you are sharing any situation, you said it was really amazing, like that, amazing, not like that. It was really amazing, and it was very interesting. Also, I really like it, and I prefer it because I enjoyed it. Right? What are you saying? You are reading and murmuring with your own self, right? That is a kind of murmuring in your own, thoughts. Either are you thinking or are you sharing an interesting situation? If it is amazing, make it amazing through your verbal expression, through your words, right? Through your facial and intonation and facial gestures. Light smile on your face in front of the examiner. Examiner from British Council side would be 100% situation as there that he and she would be very serious. You have no concern either she is serious or a friendly person, no problem. For you, this is your responsibility to create the situation more interesting to your way of answering for each single question. Now, how? It is really an interesting question for me, right? This is very interesting way. If you are using interesting, use it in a style. It must be agree with your body language, right? And your body language must agree with your word. If the question is asked from you, what time you like to go for walking? Now, you're sharing about your walking schedule. I go to walk for walking in morning or evening, no problem. Also say it in a very native style. I'm not asking to 100% copy and learn British accent or American accent or Australian accent or Canadian accent. Any accent is acceptable in IELTS exam, any accent, but the words must be pronounced correctly. The words must be pronounced correctly. And the second thing, your style should be a little bit interesting if you want the best score, 8, 7 plus, the highest score, right? Now, how? If you're using word like, like now in part first, in section number 1, I'll speaking, like is the word which would be 100% used in any of the single question. Now, if like is used by examiner, you can make it, you can emphasize the answer. I mean to say, you can show your emotions for like word. Like, let me show any of the exam paper. Yeah. Yeah, look at this one. Do you like listening to your friends tell stories? Do you like? Do you like talking to a stranger? Now, if like is used by examiner, first step, try to synonymize it. Use synonym instead of using same, like, I like, I don't like, I like, yes, I like, I don't. See, I'm a great lover of it, right? I'm a great lover of listening it, right? If you think like how it would happen, you're supposed to make it happen, right? You're supposed to work for that. If you want the best, then work for the best. If you don't want the best, then I don't care, no problem from my side. But this is what I'm going to share you. This is actually for the best, because I have an experience. Those got the best in my whole experience for IELTS exams and IELTS studies and IELTS teaching trainings. Those students of mine got 8 and 8 plus 7.5, 8, 8.5. in speaking section, those who are having beautiful styles and impressions and emotions, kind of feelings whenever they would speak, you would love to listen them. And some students, when they speak, you would think like, please finish your answer, please. Yeah. Now, the thing is to make the answer interesting by your facial gesture, tone, speaking style. Yeah, this is the communication way, right? To make it in. Now, if the like word is used, do you like talking to stranger? I'm really lower of it to talk with any of the stranger person to whom I don't know. I prefer to talk with that person to know about the different, style, different opinions. I do really like to learn. I learned. Furthermore, I would like to share that I'm of the opinion I'm a kind of person who always search for some new ideas and new learning all the time. That's why I really love it to talk with strangers. Now this is little bit exaggeration, but little bit normal also fine, but there must be little bit emotions in your answers, right? Little bit emotions, especially in part first. Examiner asks all the question about your personality, and if your personality does not agree with your words, so it means you are answering fake. Your answers are fake, not real. Answer in the way for writing section and speaking section. You are not answering for your own self. Your answers are for someone else. That someone else is examiner. Each of your answers should impress examiner. Each of your answers should create an interest in your answers for examiner. Each of your answers should create the scenario, the situation more, good, having good impression, having good, kind of feelings and emotions for examiner to listen it very attentively. Yeah. So I hope this is enough. Now I would like to ask some of the question from you people, and I would like you people to follow only the single word on which I emphasize and on which the whole discussion is based. This is called intonation. When you speak, your body must agree with your speaking. If you are speaking and your body is very serious, boring, like this was, if the question is asked from you, discuss an interesting movie, discuss a very, most visiting place in your area, in your city, country. And now you're talking about most beautiful visiting place and you're talking in this style. The most visiting place in my city, country is Manal. It is located here in the capital of Islamabad. It is very beautiful. And, there are a lot of mountains. Many visitors also come and visit this place. Now, these words which you are saying are fine. Those are right. But how you are saying are very, very boring, right? Now, these are going to make the answers more worse. First thing is indeed grammar. Like your grammar must agree with your question. Whatever the question has asked from examiner side, now you must also follow the same tense. Present perfect or past indefinite or present indefinite, most of the time only the following tense. Past indefinite, present perfect or present indefinite, or sometimes he can ask you what kind of apartment you would like to live in the near future. Now, this is would, future related question. But whatever the tense, you are responsible to follow the same tense in your answer. But after your grammar sentence structure, the next step is to make your answer more interesting and more impressive and more, like a native and more, like a natural response and more it to make it more real, right? It has really happened. So let me ask now some question from you guys. And I would like you, first of all, from the person, Kerry, because you are also from United States of America. So you know very well, like how to have that native style. Yes, I'm not. Okay. Yes. Uh, Describe a time when you helped a friend. Karin, your mic is mute. You can start. You answer directly. Your mic is mute. Your mic is mute. You can unmute yourself.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Describe a time when you help a friend. Okay. Mm. It is true that I'm a very nice person, and I have this of my friend who really need my help for her math test. So I'm kind of genius in mathematics. So I have to create a space on my schedule to help her. So I scheduled the time for Monday around 3 o'clock, and we meet at that time. When we meet, we sit down in the library, and I start give her some example of math to exercise with, and from there we move on with the from the simple tasks to the difficult tasks. We did this for almost 4 days, and she went and take her test. And to be honest, the test was good. She scored B at that test, and I was so happy for her.
Very nice, very nice. One thing I really appreciate in your answer is relevant information. You stick to the relevant, 100% relevant to the question, right? That is very plus point, good point. Yes. Okay, next candidate I would like to ask from, yes, Saida Shagufta, are you here? My active aspirant, are you here?
Yes,
Okay, good.
yes.
The question for you, describe a day in the near future that would be the best day of your life. Describe a day in the near future that would be the best day of your life. Yes. Yes.
Mm,
Yes, you can start.
After few days, my we are we are family members shift to our house because I am living in my mother's home, and our house is under processing. And after few days, we go for we go to our house, and it's a very memorable and good day and best day of my life because uh, house is a very important for each and every person in their lives.
All right, all right. Try to have regular practice on speaking, okay? Yes. Next, Matiur Rahman, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay, let me ask you something new. Describe an interesting song. Describe an interesting song. What the song is, what story does the song tell, whether the music is popular, and explain why you think it is interesting. Yes. Mm. Yes. Theo Rahman, you can start. Ji. Yes. Ji. Theo Rahman, are you here? I'm not listening you. Yes. Yes. Yes, Matiur Rahman, are you here? Setting mic issue. Mic issue. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Um, who is from the listener ID? I don't know. Who is from the listener ID? And Iftikhar Qadir. Who is that? Iftikhar Qadir. Who is that?
Yes, sir. I am here.
Yes. From where you join? Pindi? Pindi?
No, sir. I am joined Saibal.
Saywal, from Saywal. Okay. Yes. Describe an interesting song. Aftikhar.
So,
Okay.
so.
Okay. Yes. Describe an interesting song.
Sir, I have many.
G. G bole. Yes. I have many songs. Yes. Calm. Shabash. English is ESL, second language language. Make mistakes, no problem, because we are learning it, not out for tongue. Yes. English is ESL, second learning language. Make mistakes, learn from mistakes. Yes. ESL, EL2, second learning language. So second learning language means make mistakes, no problem, learning it. Yes. Make mistakes, be confident. Yes. Say something about your favorite song that you have listened it. Yes.
Sir, I have many favorite songs, but I listen in Hindi song.
Mhm. G. Yes. Name the song and tell that this song is very nice and the good message that you got from the song and the tone of the song is and the words of the song is like this. What is the song? The name or the phrase or the line? Yes.
Mm,
Yes.
Sir, I have interesting in Hindi movie Divana movie song
Mhm. Good.
Kash Tum
Yes. Mhm. Yes, nice, nice. It is fine. You can share. Look, guys, if a kind of question is asked from you in a speaking exam, no, never say this was now good response. Iftikhar gave. Now, yeah. Now, if you share that I don't have, or I don't like, or I don't know, or I know, I don't know, I don't have. Now, this kind of responses is going to be having negative impression. But if like Iftikhar said that I have an interesting song, so it is very good. Always try to answer in yes. And he also, Iftikhar also answered in yes. So all of you should answer in yes and then say something about it. Why? Because this is your English speaking ability test. English speaking ability test. Now, if in the English speaking ability you don't speak, now what would be what is going to be tested? What is going to be observed, right? By an examiner. If you say I don't know, I don't like, right? So try to answer. That is nice. Yes. Who is gonna come next? Sumaya. Sumaya, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay, Sumaya, next time wear headphones. All right. Describe an occasion when you tried a new food for the first time. Sumaya, describe an occasion when you tried a new food for the first time. Yes. Yes, you can speak. Start. Your mic is mute. Shabash. Mm. Yes, say. Yes, hurry up quickly.
Um,
G. Come on, guys. Your level is at international level is going to be observed. You are speaking test and all these classes. Yes.
yeah.
G.
Um, In the last month of August, I tried new food like Chinese food, and I went to St. Torres with my husband, and I tried it there. Uh, Personally, I don't like it.
Hmm. Good. Your speaking is not bad. Nice. I heard your answer and response for the first time, but it was good. Okay. Yes. Uh, I would guide you to some points later on. But yes, one more question for you. Talk, Sumaya. Talk about a memorable trip you went on with your family as a child. Yes.